You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we're going to talk about Big Dom and the 49ers. Eagles, 49ers becoming... Is this the best rivalry all of a sudden in the NFL? I'm just wondering. I'm a Niners fan. I came out and said, hey, I don't think Greenlaw or Big Dom, either one, probably should have gotten ejected, but under the circumstances, you figured they were going to, and they both did. I don't think that Greenlaw got ejected over Big Dom. I actually thought there was an outside chance he was going to get ejected over the belly-to-back suplex he gave Devontae Smith that led to the scrum to begin with. And Kyle Shanahan came out after the game and was pretty harsh about Big Dom and everything that happened involving the Eagles. But surprisingly, Kyle Shanahan has come back and he has pulled those comments back, and it's probably because Big Dom is beloved around the NFL. Not just in Philadelphia, but a lot of people around the league. Andy Reid, of course, was with Philly forever. Big Dom's been with the Eagles 25 years. Probably shouldn't have been there, shouldn't have put himself in that situation. And the NFL, my video yesterday was about the fact the NFL is in the starting gates on this. And it makes me wonder because word has it the NFL was furious initially. But once they sort of step back and look at everything, how harsh is that punishment going to be? There's been word, the only thing we compared it to was the incident with the Jets and the strength coach years ago. The tripping on the field, now that was actually during a live play, I think. And that was a $25,000 fine, and the strength coach was barred for the rest of the season. My gut feeling is Big Dom will be gone for the rest of the year, but they're eyeing the Eagles for a particularly hard punishment too. I don't know what that's going to look like. That's been a lot of years since that Jets incident. I said yesterday, is it going to be a $100,000 fine on the Eagles? Is it going to be $250,000? It was a very, obviously, it's going to get a massive rating. It was damn good television. And I've said the NFL is a television product, and that was damn good television. So let's get to this. And Kyle Shanahan, sort of his latest comments, and this came Monday, later on in the afternoon on Monday about Big Dom. On Monday, Shanahan voiced his hope that DISANDRO not be seriously punished for his interaction with Greenlaw, and then he heard good things about the Eagles security chief. Now, in case you're wondering, this is Big Dom, okay? This is his actual title. Philadelphia's senior advisor to the general manager. So, in other words, Howie Roseman and chief security officer. And like I said yesterday, during the game, he's been with the team for 25 seasons, folks. He's been around a long time. He's been around long enough to know that he probably shouldn't put himself in that position, and he'll probably admit to that. But Kyle Shanahan actually advocated for the guy, which was kind of surprising. But Kyle knows everybody across the league because of his dad, Mike, and him, and he's been with several teams. He was with the Redskins at one point, Kyle was, so a lot of interaction with the Eagles at one time. 49ers coach Kyle Shanahan took a softer stance towards Eagles security guy Dom DiSandro today, saying he's heard DiSandro is a good guy. He hopes the punishment isn't too harsh. Quote, there's nothing he did that was extraordinarily bad. He just shouldn't be around that area. I think, and he was very angry on Sunday, but I think some people probably called Kyle and said, look, this guy's a good dude. He's like beloved, and he's sort of known as one of the good guys. Now, I played a standing O he got from a video yesterday. This is a different video, and I'm not going to talk during it, but it gives you a much better idea of exactly I mean, how beloved this guy, I said he'll never buy another meal in Philadelphia if he was even buying them already. But this guy is now a hero. He's like a Philadelphia legend.
I'm telling you, he's the most popular guy in Philadelphia right now.
Look, he's getting a standing O.
This is unbelievable.
I mean, we started the broadcast telling you he gave us a great restaurant deal last night. Now he's getting a standing O at the link.
Yeah, so, I mean, you see it right there. You know, ex-nose tackle for the Eagles came out and said, right here, Bo Allen come out and said, I'd effing die for Dom. I mean, he loves him. Loves him. I mean, they love him. Chris Long, Andy Reid, talking about how much they love to do on a podcast just the other day. So, Nick Sirianni has now come out. He is trying to defuse this situation. As you can imagine, the NFL is probing this situation. Quote, Dom is as good as it gets in this business, Sirianni told reporters. I'm so thankful for him. He's going to always try to defuse situations. That's what he does. That's his job. Obviously unfortunate yesterday. I know it. In Dom's heart, he was truly trying to defuse the situation right there. I'm sad that it came to what it came to, that anybody got thrown out of the game. Now, you listen to Sirianni, yeah, I mean, that sounds a lot like he didn't even want Dre Greenlaw thrown out for the 49ers. And I just think this speaks to the competitive nature of that game and what now I think is a great rivalry. You know, me being a Niners fan, I'm not even mad at Big Dom. I'm not. Maybe I'm supposed to be, but I'm not. I was like, man, that guy seems weirdly likable. Dre Greenlaw, you know, I mean, hell of a player. And it was a bad situation all the way around. The NFL was reportedly, and this is what we talked about yesterday, the NFL was reportedly furious over this situation, all right? That they think it looks bad, this and that and the other. And I argued, well, if the NFL is a television product now, you trying to tell me that wasn't great television? That game the other day was great. And it'll have a top 5 rating for the season, probably when the rating for this game ends up coming out. I don't think it's out as of yet. But you can bet over 25 million people tuned into this game. And look how much drama just happened. And these two teams may end up meeting in the playoffs again. I mean, what kind of rating is that going to bring? Now, I know, I mean, this could have escalated. I think if there is a reason why there's going to be a huge punishment here, you can't have staff that aren't part of the game. I mean, you're not supposed to have fights anyway. They warned all the players about this. And obviously, you shouldn't have to warn the staff. And so I think they're going to send a signal about that, right? But at the same time, I think behind the scenes, there's a hypocrisy in this with the NFL. Because they know, holy hell, the next game that these guys play, the rating on this game, because it's potentially going to be, and I don't know about you, but I'm officially rooting for Niners-Eagles NFC Championship game. You know, it could be the biggest rating that they've had in years. And the NFL, it wants compelling television. They do. Look, that's the exact reason why Florida State is not in the college football playoff. The college football playoff is now a television show, and because FSU's starting quarterback is out, that's why they didn't make it. If their starting quarterback had not gotten hurt, FSU would have been one of the 4 teams. And one of the committee members came out and said, look, we didn't put them in because we felt like they had no shot of winning the national championship with I think it was their 3rd-string quarterback, because a lot of people could tell very quickly he was not Cardell Jones. You know, I mean, we remember, Ohio State won a national title with Cardell Jones. But Cardale Jones was a badass college quarterback, And they realized it wasn't the same situation. They also realized this is a television product. You know, and that's very unpopular for sporting purists. I get that. I'm old school too. I'm like, can't be having fights on the field. Get them the hell off the field. But boy, it's interesting. That was interesting. You can't have guys doing that. I understand it. And they're going to hammer the Eagles. There's no doubt about it. But I do think that's interesting that Kyle came out and said, I hope he's not punished that bad. That tells me a lot of people got into Kyle's ear. I'm going to be interested to see what Dre Greenlaw eventually says about this or talks about this, how this is talked about. You know, I'm going to tell you what was crazy too. When the incident happened, I told my wife, I said, I hope this doesn't fire up the Eagles and kill the Niners' momentum. I give the Niners a lot of credit because it did just the opposite. It fired up the 49ers. They put that sucker in overdrive and never looked back. So, in some weird kind of way, it did sort of backfire on the Eagles right there. I mean, the Niners already had momentum, etc., but they were like, okay, we're putting – Kyle was like, okay, I'm going to throw up. How many more points can I get thrown on the board before this game's over? Because he's a pit bull too. I mean, Kyle Shanahan, psycho. He is a total psycho. You know? Tell me what you think. J.R. Ewing checking us out. 1.1 million views for November, folks. I mean, we are getting more views than a lot of NFL pundits that are on television right now. I shit you not. I've checked. You guys kick ass. You've done a great job. Share out these videos, and let's just keep kicking this shit out of everybody. There we go. That's what we do. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.